Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel. So we are continuing occupational skills, gas technician, G3 course, and we are on module 1, which says which need to discuss protect oneself and others. So we will be discussing here hearing protection, and hearing protection is like noise protection. That whenever, because noise can affect you, and there are lots of tiny fibers that help in our ear to that helps us to hear. And those tiny fibers if damaged once cannot be repaired. So we have to protect our ears with the some sort of hearing protection. And those hearing protections are like commonly used are maybe disposable earplugs or reusable earplugs or earmuffs or those kind of things, right? So remember that headphone or earbuds for the portable listening devices do not provide hearing protection. So here we will also discuss that OHSA, OSHA. I also make a question here, OHSA. What does OHSA stands for? That is Occupational Health and Safety Act. So there is an act. The act is like regulated by the parliament, right? So they make the laws, and then somebody provincially and in different countries and different provinces, they make their laws, right, and bylaws. So we have to, or industry has to accomplish or follow those guidelines and strictly, and their inspectors can come and see that whether the practice is suggested by the or mandatory, right? For example, for construction site, this is mandatory. On the construction site, what types of the two personal protective equipment is mandatory? Foot protection and head protection. We deal with the head protection in the last lecture, and today we will be also learning something for foot protection, and foot is very important, right? So anyway, we will come back to the foot protection. So we are on hearing protection or ear protection. Occupational exposure limit, OEL. Occupational exposure limit for the noise is 80 decibel. What does it mean? So all surroundings or industrial or factories or wherever we have a noise level of 80 or more. So OSHA has instructed that employer has to supply the earplugs, disposable earplugs or reusable earplugs or earmuff at that site. It is a must for, and every employee has to wear them. So occupational exposure limit of OEL for noise is 80 decibel. So sometimes it is asked, and I fill up the blank. Then next blank is what two types of the personal protective equipment are mandatory on the construction site? So we have foot and head protection. So in foot protection, and there are safety boots, right? So these safety boots is like, it's very important in all the workers' life, right? Whether they are gas technician or air conditioning technician or welding technician or electrical technician, right? So the safety boots are very important for everybody, not only for technician. Everybody who is at working site has to wear safety boots. And in here, Canada, we have to have those safety boots with the standard, which we call Canadian standard, CSA. So all boots has got CSA symbol. So CSA, right? CSA symbol. So all boots has CSA symbol, Canadian standard approved boots, which are steel toe and shank. So which are steel boot. So that steel has to go not only to the toe, but also it protect our shank. So green triangle mark and CSA on the outside. So green triangle mark. So green triangle, this is green triangle mark, and CSA sticker must be there. So these are the few things which we need to see on the boot or safety boot while going to or before going to job site. So, right. So one of the question asked here is never tuck pants inside the work boot. Never tuck pants inside the work boot. So that is the caution, right? So here I have fill in the blank for you, tuck. And here what does OHSA stands for? Occupational Health and Safety Act. So then I have we have to discuss hand protection, right? So hand protection means gloves. So we have to protect our hands as well. So choose the proper gloves for the proper application. Again, as we discussed the earplugs, for like choose the protection suitable to the job that we are doing. So earplugs should be like fit in each ear tightly. So we have to see those earplugs which similarly we have to select the gloves accordingly with the proper application. Like for instance, thermally insulated gloves when handling hot surfaces. So I make a here blank, wear thermally insulated gloves when handling hot surfaces. When handling hot surfaces. So we have to use thermally insulated gloves. So gloves provide us hand protection, and there are several types of it. So we say that thermally insulated gloves when handling hot surfaces. Use Neoprene gloves for handling liquefied petroleum. For handling liquefied petroleum product, right? LPG, liquefied petroleum product, LPG. So use Neoprene. So I fill up the gap or question. The answer to this question is wear or use Neoprene gloves for handling liquefied petroleum, LPG, right? Next question. So there are so many things you can talk about and you have to learn about those things. So wear or choose the rubber or approved plastic gloves for handling and cleaning chemicals. So we have to see what glove, what type of chemical we are using. According to that, we have to select our gloves. And it is the responsibility of the employer to give the selected gloves for each application to the worker. Use approved rubber gloves for electrical appliances, electrical apparatus, right? These gloves should be dedicated for electrical use. So each gloves should be provided according to their use by the employer. Neoprene gloves should be used for hot petroleum products. So we have so many kinds of like lattice gloves, safety cuff, Neoprene gloves, electrical gloves, knit wrist, right? Or so we have to use those as per requirement. So what is my last question here? You can see here on the board as well. Headphone or earbuds for portable listening devices. For portable listening devices, do not provide hearing protection. Devices do not provide. So one word is missing here. So I can write do not provide hearing protection. Do not provide hearing protection. Remember that headphones or earbuds do not provide hearing protection. Now we will review it quickly. So we have done in personal protective equipment what we have done so far. So we have done hearing protection, we have done foot protection, hand protection, and in the last session we did head protection and how to install a ladder, right? For each 4 feet, 1 foot out. For each 4 feet, 1 foot out. So if my wall is 8 feet, I have to make the ladder out from the wall like 2 feet. So these kind of questions are generated for this course for G3. So we will be discussing some more in the next class and make some more questions. So remember that occupational exposure limit OEL for noise is 80 decibels. So hope you like it. If you like it, thumbs up and wait for my next video. Thank you for watching.